Totally new business setup. I've got a support of the sales, what to say, how to say effectively. Oh, first customer, it took me 2 weeks. Averagely about 10 euros a lead. I have people signing up themselves actually on the calendar. Sometimes I would get 5 leads and 4 of them would be already making an appointment.
Good day, Jelena. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. How are you today?
Hi, Nick. Good to see you too. Very well. Thank you.
Cool. Both of us are a little bit sick, but that's fine. That's fine. A little bit. How would you say in 60 seconds what it is that you are doing?
I'm investing in properties in the UK and doing it as a foreign investor. And I am teaching others how to invest in UK specifically for foreign investor.
And is it like a consulting / coaching offer type, right?
Correct.
What's the price point of the offer?
5,000, and I'm helping for investor to invest 2 properties. I'm going through the whole journey to make sure that administrative setup is correctly done, legal, and the properties we're choosing are good ones for investment.
So basically you're setting up the administrative side, legal side, plus helping them to pick the properties and then kind of coaching them how to buy them and then like manage it also, or just to buy it?
I'm helping to find the right management company. So the person, the investor who buys the houses don't have to think about the houses and do the management. Basically, in the end of the day, it will take only half an hour of a year of investors' time to manage the property.
That sounds great. That sounds great. What have been a couple of benefits or things you have gotten from our partnership? Because I last checked, we started to work at 2023 October. So what have been some key things you got from our partnership?
A lot, actually. Totally new business setup. For last several years, to start with, I will tell what I've been doing before and trying to get, and what you actually guys could help me to achieve. So I've been always thinking about media and coaching and give out information to investors, how it works. But I just could not understand all these setups. How can I advertise it? Because it's quite complicated system, and I'm an investor. I'm not a marketing person. I never studied marketing. And also to be on the videos is totally different profession, I would say, than to be investor. Investor is a single person who is looking for investment and talking to people, right? But outside of internet. But in this case, I've been trying to get on the media for a long time, and it was always so complicated. But when your team approached me and they explained what you guys do, and I thought, it sounds exactly what I needed, because you gave me the full setup, technical setup. And besides, I've got all this A to Z, how it works on my computer. I also learned from it. And besides that, I've got a support of the sales, what to say, how to say effectively. So I could really sell online instead of like a previous times I was on the stage in front of 300 people talking about investments, and that was the ways. But to me, at this moment, it's perfect. You don't really have to. You can speak in front of millions of people.
Online, right? Hey, sharp people. By the way, if you want more leads, more sales, more meetings, more customers, below this video, I have a presentation where I show and demonstrate how we could help you to get more customers, more leads, and more sales. So if this is interesting, click below to learn more. But now let's get back to the video. And what have been some key kind of indicators? Let's say when you first launched ads with our manager, like what was the lead cost? What was the cost per meeting? And then how much time did it take you to get your first customer?
Oh, first customer, it took me 2 weeks.
2 weeks after joining or after ads?
So after the whole setup, the technical setup was done,
Mm-hmm.
Then I launched the video, and after 2 weeks, I've got my first Zoom call with the lead. I think it's a little bit earlier than 2 weeks. And actually, he became a client, the very first one. It's very
Oh, really?
yeah.
Really? Okay, that's very
One of
good.
the biggest
For me,
ones.
yeah. Okay, that's really good. But for me, it took like 36 meetings to get my first customer when I launched the business in 2019. That's really good. That's really good. And what was the lead cost, or how much were you paying to have a qualified meeting with a prospect?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's the question. Averagely about 10 euros a lead. That's what happened.
Okay.
But at that time, it was just like very quickly within a couple of first euros. It depends on the country as well. If I'm
And you were doing mostly ads in Netherlands, right?
no, I'm doing my most of customers are in Sweden, Norway,
Ah, okay.
Singapore, Malaysia.
Mm.
So I'm focused on.
Okay, on those. Okay, okay, cool. And how much is the lead cost right now, or like how much do you need to invest in meta ads to get one customer? What's like some of the numbers right now?
So the lead costs are between 7 and 13, so averagely 10.
7. Okay, okay.
And I'm getting approximately, it's also up and down, depends on now it's a new year and Chinese New Year, so there's no leads because people are, on the vacations. But in general, normal times, I have people signing up themselves actually on the calendar to make a Zoom with me. Sometimes I would get 5 leads and 4 of them would be already making an appointment. Sometimes, so yeah, I would say 30% of them making an appointment with me from leads. Yeah, that's
A couple of things that I can mention that could be relevant to anybody watching this video is Jelena and our team kind of helped to set up a VSL funnel, which means you have an ad, then there's an opt-in page. After they do the opt-in, there's like a video of you explaining what it is that you do. And below the video, they can click a button or schedule a call appointment with you, right? That's kind of the funnel. That's the technical setup. And one thing I want to say why I think also your offer is really successful, I think it's because it's very unique, it's very different, and there's not a lot of people doing something like that. So I think you found a really good thing to pursue and to do, which there's not a lot of people doing that. And I think that's also one of the key things. And next thing I want to ask you, sometimes it didn't go so good, right? So you had some meetings which were also not into clients. So what were the key things you changed about your sales approach which helped you to now be able to close more deals? Because I know you're very active with Raivis, you're very active with Gabriel. So they told me this before the call. So what were the key things you kind of changed or you needed to change to get more customers or more deals?
Number one, it is to understand the customer really from personal side, personal perspective to them, and forget about your sale. Really talk to them as to your relative or friend. From that point, to understand what they're going through, what are their problems, why they do at this moment what they do, what triggered them. And when you figured out what they are doing, why they contacted you, by what made them to contact you, then from that point, you can talk to them about solution. And in this case, people really like to be heard, to be understood. And most of the time, it is not about the technical approach. It is about the personal, to understand personal circumstances. So, and I can see last night, I opened up my phone and I checked people who I've been on Zoom call and did not buy the coaching or consulting sessions. They contacted me again and they're saying they're about to set up paid appointments with me. So that was, it's quite uplifting, to see that people really, they found, how to call it, they were connected. So that's what I mean. So you need to be connected. That's what I found from your, what I learned from your team, how to speak to clients.
And I also think one of the key things we kind of worked on in the beginning was that you remember about how we talked about when you do the pitch, to not pitch the coaching structure, but to pitch the progress and how you're gonna help the client, like the pillars, remember? I think that was a cool thing. And what I wanted to ask you right now is maybe could you just like a little bit like share what is the pitch for you? Like how do you pitch it? And let me give you my pitch right now, which is like 2024 January. So we're gonna give you an account manager. That account manager is gonna to develop your T7 offer so that you can stand out. Then we're gonna build one of our acquisition models, such as lead gen, VSL funnel, DM ads, or some other mechanisms. And then lastly, we're gonna work with your sales so that you have more closing percent, so you can actually close more people. That's like the big kind of my example. And I wanted you to maybe share your example because I think it's really unique.
If we talk pillars, you mean by what people will get after working with me, and their future, how will look like, right? So that's what you.
Yeah, like exactly. Like when you basically understand the client, you do the discovery phase. After the discovery phase, you're basically no. I remember you and I worked on it. We were talking about it. Like I'll like maybe remind you about it. So it was like. We were saying first thing you need to identify the market opportunities, and the second thing was we need to understand okay, where can you invest, like what's your kind of maybe niche in the property investment kind of place. Third, we're gonna set up the legal side, technical side, like everything, so you can actually do it. And fourth, manage everything, so you can only spend like 1-2 hours a year to manage it.
Yeah. So that's the one you mean. Okay, so my offer usually is not usually that is my offer is to give person full, to make sure that they understand how the investments are working, so they don't have to worry that someone is making them that they're going wrong way. For example, someone is overcharging them. The way I will help them to set up the administrative system so they know what numbers they're going to get. They will help them. I'm helping them with to how to speak to agent to find the best deals.
Next thing, I think you were doing before paid advertising strategies. What were you doing before? Because I think you were doing something, or you were not doing anything before.
Yes, in 2016 to 2019, I've been working with other investors, and one of them who works with Tony Robbins, used to work with Tony Robbins, and he was covering, he was actually most closer with Robert Kiyosaki, the one who've been writing Rich Dad Poor Dad. So this person, he was my mentor in 2016 to 2019. So a lot of people wanted to be coached by him, and he was giving me coaching clients. So I've been flying to Singapore a couple of times with him, Malaysia, here in Amsterdam. I've been lots of times on the stage in front of like 300 people. And I've had a list on a waiting list, people who wanted to be coached by me as well. But by that time, 2017, I bought a big building. I decided to build a hotel because previously I've done so many deals. I've made so much profit from it. And my dream was to build a hotel. And I decided to start, and that was a huge, it's like a monster project. And I was on my own. Everything from finance, arranging the documents and everything was just everything on me. I didn't have a business partner, so I decided to stop coaching at that time because I was too busy to focus on everybody else's strategy, because I needed to help actually from somebody else to coach me how to build a hotel. And I didn't have this person. And so I was 5 years into this hotel building project, set up businesses, open up restaurant on the ground floor. Then during COVID time, I built the rooms upstairs. So it was a time. So that was I've been doing before. But of course, after COVID, now you can see there's not so many events, live events. There's more. There's more of internet work on the internet. It wouldn't happen. What's happening now on the internet? It wouldn't happen before COVID. Nobody would get a coaching online and paying 5,000. They want to see the person. They want to talk to the person directly. I still have people actually from those times keep contacting me and asking me some advisory, which is very, very nice because you met them one-on-one. But now it is so much easier. You can set up 5 appointments online and people are fine to pay 5,000 to.
I want to touch on this. Like, how long do they get your consulting services for, let's say, the first investment, which is the 5K? Like, how long is the work from your side?
You know, first of all, that's a lot of work in your own niche, and you have to have passion, mission, you know, what you do, to go through a lot of difficulties. And then when you learn how to get out of those difficulties, and now difficulties are just kind of like not a problem as it sounds before, then I think you can start coaching. So, but it took me, I started to invest in 2002. That was my first house I bought in Canada. And till 2016, I've had my first coaching client. So it took me 14 years of...
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, that's like some huge context, I think. Another thing I found really helpful was that you actually have done the thing you're coaching on. And I think many people, when they start doing coaching, they're like, haven't done this stage. They haven't like done it themselves. I think that's a huge thing as well. And now I wanted to ask you, let's say some of our customers or my clients or people watching this, they have tried it. They have tried, let's say, ads, but they have not worked for them. What do you think could be the reason for them to not be working? And I mean, when I say not worked, they haven't gotten customers from it. So they got leads, they got meetings, maybe no meetings, but they have leads, but yet no customers. What would be your advice for them if your goal would be to help them to get clients with paid ads specifically?
If they already have leads and they have some meetings, I observe it. I think it's a personality.
And what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Personality, either they want to make customer to achieve, really they want from the heart, but they do it in a little bit more dominating way. That's how I feel it sounds from some examples, because it's not about I want you to do what I think is good for you. It should be how do you like it and how we can make it the way you like to achieve it. So I think that's more, and a little bit more to know about the person. That is some of my mistakes as well. When I assume some things and I'm skipping of asking questions. But it is also, I would say it's also relates to the, it's just like in life, you know, when you have a date with someone, sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't, right? I think that's exactly the same way. Either from one side, someone has lots of assumption about you and then trying to find something not to go with you, or from your side. So sometimes we have to look at ourselves, what is exactly we did. One thing I've got good advice before any meeting, just think and look at something what really relaxes you and be normal as like a human being. Not to think about like your huge achievement, who you are, or not to diminishing yourself. Just be neutral and authentic.
Hey, sharp people. By the way, if you want more leads, more sales, more meetings, more customers, below this video, I have a presentation where I show and demonstrate how we could help you to get more customers, more leads, and more sales. So if this is interesting, click below to learn more. But now let's get back to the video. That's cool. I actually like this. We came up with this last week. So you and I are programmed to go to the shop, let's say like a convenient grocery shop. And we know from like hundreds of years or like tens of years or 50 years that there you have to go to the cash register to pay. But online, when we meet people, it is not so natural to give you my credit card information for you to charge my card to pay for something, right? It's not natural. So I think you need to be, as you said, calm, normal about it. That's like normal to buy things online because it's very normal in America, but it's like getting there in Europe, I think. Because in America, it's like there, everybody understands that. But in Europe, it's still kind of like early, you know, like Europe typically is like a little bit behind USA regarding this kind of online shopping kind of things. I think that's cool. Lastly, so we're going to go to the funny part. Before that, what is your goals for your coaching business in 2024? Like, what do you want to achieve? What's kind of like the number goal? Like, give me some goals.
I would love to have 5 clients a month, and new ones. Mm-hmm. And I know it will be, so it's just a matter of time and practice activity. And I am setting up investment fund as well. So to have it on the site, basically, sometimes it's suitable for the clients as well. That's actually through this journey of the last 3 months when I am practicing selling coaching online, those ideas, you know, like opening up, coming in. When the door is open, there's so much more you can come up with. So next 10th of February, I'm opening up investment fund and inviting clients. Actually,
oh, that's like right now. That's like this month, right?
Yes, this month.
Okay. Send me info.
Cool, will do.
Okay, so 5 clients a month, and then the goal is to open an investment fund this month, right? Those are 2 main goals, right?
Yes, these are main goals.
Cool. Now to the interesting and funny and quick part. What is your top hobby?
Properties. I would say
properties. Your hobby is properties. Okay. What's your favorite dessert?
Oh, meringue. You know this pavlova? That is my favorite.
No. Is it called pavlova?
It's a meringue. You know the how do you call it? It's like a white egg yolk.
Okay.
Crispy. So.
Need to know my desserts better. What's your favorite movie or TV show?
Oh, I love movie Thomas Crown Affair and Catch Me If You Can. That is my favorite ones.
Oh, that's like DiCaprio. I love DiCaprio. DiCaprio is nice. What are you afraid of the most?
Oh, only about the health and life of kids. That's the top. For the rest, not afraid of anything.
Top book about entrepreneurship or mindset you have read you would recommend other people?
Yes, Rich Dad Poor Dad, that's number 1. And there is, I think this is the top one. For the rest, there's so many of them, many of them you can read, but this one opened up for me doors into life, fun life.
And lastly, where people can find you online if they want to find you online?
Oh, just by my name, Jelena Van Wieren. I am on Instagram and the Facebook and the LinkedIn, just under my name and last name.
We're going to put it also in the beginning of our conversation so people can find you. Plus, we're going to put it in the description. So below the video, you can check out Jelena's Instagram and pages that she has. Once again, thank you for spending your time, sharing your accomplishments, sharing your journey. We'll still continue to work together. We'll still continue to push that goal. We need to get those 5 clients a month. And as I always say, stay sharp.